What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we're going to talk about AI just a skosh. I have a childhood friend of mine, one of my best buddies, man. We've been kicking it since middle school days. And my boy Harold he's a bit of a Trekkie, and he's extremely excited about, AI and the possibilities of what can be with this development of this new technology. And we were talking, and I kind of cautioned him. I said, hey, man, you know, everything that glitters ain't gold. And even though this AI thing is showing a lot of promise, I have a feeling that greedy people are going to use it in order to decimate the working class. That's going to eliminate jobs. And I was watching Breaking Points on my way into work. And what do you know? They were talking about how AI is decimating the entry-level jobs for coders. So you got all these folks that went to college, Ivy League schools, all kinds of different schools to learn computer programming. I got a little mosquito buzzing around. To learn computer programming and to learn how to code, and acquired a lot of debt doing so. And they're coming out of college now, and those jobs are largely going away, gone, given to AI. Jobs like the entry level at Google, where they used to, back in the day, I remember reading stories about how everybody loved working at Google and it was the best place to work, and they had nap pods and they had all these different perks for working at Google. But now you can't get an entry job at Google because Google's using AI. You can't get entry level jobs at any tech firms because they're using AI. They talked about one person who applied, and I may have the number a little bit off, but thousands of times. And I think the most diligent person that was looking for a job in the story applied over 5,000 different tech companies trying to get a job and got no replies. He got 12 callbacks out of 5,000, and those 12 callbacks resulted in 0 jobs. So one has to wonder what happens with humans when AI does eventually take over all of those menial jobs. What happens to the humans that still have to work and still have to feed themselves and their families? What happens to the humans? We already realize that in this country, the government doesn't care. In this country, you have to pay to live. In this country, there is no setup. There is no jobs program that's going to get you employed so that you're not destitute. There is no safety net. There is nothing. If you don't work, you will die in the streets. That's how it is here in the great old United States. And so as we're watching this technological boom and all of these great new things, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when the truck drivers are no longer driving the trucks and now trucks are automated? What's going to happen when the loading and offloading of container ships is automated? What's going to happen when all of these jobs are automated? What then happens when AI takes over that work? What happens to the human workforce? It's something to think about. And meanwhile, as this is going on, you have a fascist government takeover. You have hate being spread. You have lies. We have the most abysmal job market for the first 6 months of 2025. And rather than change policies and address the issues, you fire the person at the head of the labor Bureau of Labor Statistics. I don't like the numbers. I'm going to fire that person. We're going to start putting out fake numbers, or we're not going to put out numbers at all. And then I'll just lie to you and tell you that everything's great. And you'll believe me because you're in a cult, and that's what you do. You believe them. Oh no, man. Optimism is so hard to come by. Hope is fleeting. I don't know. I am hopeful that we will wake up, but I fear more pain will have to come before we realize that we're being duped. And that's the troubling part. Because these billionaires, they don't care. They don't even see us as human. They see us as cattle. They see us as meat that they can use. That's it. They don't care about our families. They don't care we got kids. They don't care we got mortgages, student loans. They don't care. They don't care about us. Michael Jackson wrote about it when he said they don't really care about us. Tupac wrote about it when he said they don't really care about us, and when he said they got money for war but can't feed the poor. They don't care. And they're programming us to not care about each other, and it's working. It's working. You're seeing people with a very callous attitude, very callous, abrasive attitudes. Be mad at your oppressor. Don't be mad at the person being oppressed. That's number one. We're supporting genocide in Gaza. We're sitting there financially paying for a genocide. This isn't a war. Anyone that describes it as a war is being disingenuous. It's not a war. It's no war. A war requires two competing forces. It's not a war. It's a slaughter. They're melting people with missiles. They're killing journalists over there, and we're funding it. They don't care. They don't care. The billionaires don't care. The government doesn't care. Working people suffer, and nobody bats an eyelash. The poor suffers. Nobody bats an eyelash. Be leery of the AI takeover. Use it for what it is. It's a handy little tool. But at the end of the day, we must support working people. We must support policies that help working families above all else. It's the most important thing that we can do. If we're going to save our democracy, if we're going to save this world, and not even the world, because Earth is going to go on, baby. Earth been here for millions of years prior to human existence, and it'll be here millions of years long after our species is gone. But we have to fight to protect it. My name's Eric. You're watching Union Minded. Remember that the fight's not left and right. It's up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one teach one. Get out there and reach one. And remember, there can be no union without you and I front and center. So let's go. Peace.